On December the 12th of last year, Whitby Dunlop's rookie defenseman Don Sanderson played the final hockey game of his life on this then ice surface at the Brantford Civic Centre. That night he engaged in his fifth fight of the season. That night it was against Corey Fulton of the Brampton Blast and ended with the back of Sanderson's exposed head hitting this surface and sending him into a coma, which led to his passing on January the 2nd. The death of Sanderson has once again brought about the debate of fighting and its role within hockey, with passionate defenders on both sides of the fence. I'm John Pollock, and welcome to a special edition of Pollocktics as we look at the role of fighting within hockey today. Do you foresee any changes coming now, of course, in the wake of the unfortunate passing of Don Sanderson, and where that debate lies among fans and executives?
I mean, I think there's a responsibility by those of us in the sport to at least review the situation. We shouldn't allow one event, one tragic event, to dictate wholesale rules change in our sport. My view at this point is that there are some things that we can do to better protect the safety of players, but that fighting has historically had an important place in our sport and ought to continue to have an important place in our sport.
Have a scrap as the gloves are off. Domi and Russell. Domi with a left has landed a couple. Russell with a jersey over his head. Oh, look out.
I think there are ways that it can be curtailed. We've done away with those brawls that used to occur when they leave the benches. That no longer happens because of rules implemented by the National Hockey League, and that's good. Now, as far as banning it altogether, well, then you've got to think about maybe it'll get down to some stick work and things like that. Maybe not, but that's what I'd be scared of, you know.
I think if you took fighting out of the game, you'd have a lot more cheap shots, and the league doesn't want that. But I enjoy a fight. I was on the ice standing 2 feet away from him, and if they put the camera on me, I had a smile on my face from ear to ear. I enjoyed the fights.
From just a business perspective, on the NHL's point of view, if they were to do something radical such as banning fighting, what kind of effect would that have on people purchasing tickets for hockey? Would it have an effect?
Well, it's a great question, because when you talk to the junior leagues and the OHL, they say that they've taken it away and limited their fighting and their attendance has gone up. The NHL has had more fighting this year than they've had in the past few years, anytime post-lockout, and their attendance is up. So the correlation, how does it figure? I think if they took it out of the game, I'm not sure that it would have a profound impact on the fan base, to be honest with you, but I think there would be people who would miss it for sure.
When fights start, some people just turn their head away. They don't even want to watch when a fight starts. And it's so silly. The first 5 seconds of a game, 2 guys just drop their gloves, stand and start punching each other. What's that got to do with skill in hockey? I don't follow that. Want to be a boxer? Go be a boxer.
Some rights. Domi comes with some lefts. What a tussle.
About what is the actual value of fighting to an NHL game. And if it matters, then you got to come up with different rules of engagement. That's a buzzword that Gary Bettman is utilizing right now, and I agree with that. But I don't think they're sitting on the fence. I think they're taking a very cautious look at this. They don't want to alienate old school hockey fans. They don't want to scare people away from the game. So they got to be really careful. And I kind of admire what the league's doing right now. But if I were them, I would formulate this committee and say, you know what, this is a committee on fighting, and this is our committee on headshots, and we're going to try to fix the 2 things that are probably causing the most problems in the game right now.
It's been a part of the game. It's not something we encourage or discourage. It rises to the level that the game dictates.